Queensland, back in lockdown. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee because for those of you fellow Queenslanders, I'm about to ruin your weekend. We're back in lockdown, everyone, at least from tonight, or at least some of us. Fantastic, isn't it? I can't say I'm surprised, but most people were predicting it would be until next week before we got a taste of the lockdown experience once again. So, live breaking news, and we'll go through this news.com.au article. 11 Queensland LGAs placed under 3-day lockdown. Queensland's Deputy Premier has announced a 3-day lockdown for areas of concern as the Delta strain begins to spread across the state. Well, there you have it. Queensland has announced a 3-day lockdown for 11 LGAs to commence from 4 p.m. Saturday. One was locally acquired, one case, and is currently under investigation by contact tracers. The second case was overseas acquired and detected in hotel quarantine. 2 cases. 2 cases, everyone. Lockdown, once again, for 11 LGAs. Face mask restrictions will continue to apply for southeast Queensland. This includes anyone who has been to the impacted areas of southeast Queensland in the last 14 days. Speaking to 4BC Radio host Spencer Howson, 9 News journalist confirmed the Queensland government was not ruling out a snap lockdown in response to the latest community case. One case. Meanwhile, police are setting up in Hyde Park in Sydney's CBD amid reports protesters are planning a repeat of last Saturday's demonstration. New South Wales Health listed almost 50 new exposure sites overnight after 170 new locally acquired cases of the virus in the 24 hours to 8 p.m. on Thursday. So let's have a look at more news. 6 minutes ago, we need a particularly restrictive lockdown. 1 case, everyone, in Queensland. That's community transmission. So we need a particularly restrictive lockdown. And I'm angry at this, and it's not even going to affect me. We work from home. Oh, we won't be able to go out on the weekend with the kids. Oh, there's Freddie's football, no rugby. Queensland Health Officer Jeanette Young has urged people to stay at home as the Delta strain outbreak begins to spread through Brisbane. We have 6 new community-acquired cases yesterday. Okay, 6, so they're telling us 1 up there. So there are now 7 in the cluster, Dr. Young told media Saturday morning. They are related to 2 people who returned from overseas and were in hotel quarantine. We still don't have the direct link from one of those 2 cases to these new 7 cases, but I know through whole genome sequencing that is where the transmission has occurred. So hotel quarantine failure. Seems to be a repeated story arc, doesn't it? Maybe we need to get the new plot in the simulation. Let's get something exciting. We now have all 5 people in one whole household have been infected. Dr. Young warned the public of the Delta strain's capability to spread within 30 hours of first contact. Exposure sites are tipped to rise in coming days as contact tracers attempt to quarantine all active cases in the community. We know from Sydney and here indeed as well that people transmit Delta in as quickly as 30 hours after they're first exposed, she said. And that's why we need to have a particularly restrictive lockdown. I expect there's going to be an enormous number of exposure sites all through Brisbane and probably as well through the Sunshine Coast and further. Here's another one, 16 minutes ago. Queensland announces a 3-day lockdown. Queensland Deputy Premier Stephen Miles, he's a character, that guy. He really is. Whenever I watch him, he just rubs me up the wrong way. Honestly, I really get a Weasel vibe. The Weasel character from Dilbert comic. That's who he reminds me of. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just how he comes across. Anyway, I shouldn't be making such comments about appearance like that. I'd never do that here on the Heiser Says show. Queensland Deputy Premier Stephen Miles has confirmed a 3-day lockdown for 11 LGAs from 4 p.m. Saturday. There are now 7 cases in the outbreak that we notified yesterday. We've seen from the experience in other states that the only way to beat Delta strain is to move quickly, he said. So from 4 p.m. today, the 11 LGAs that currently have mask-wearing requirements will go into lockdown. This will be the strictest lockdown that we have had. The LGAs are as following: Brisbane City, Moreton Bay Regional Council, Gold Coast, Ipswich, Lockyer Valley Council, Logan City, Noosa, Redlands, Scenic Rim, Somerset, and the Sunshine Coast. So pretty much all of Queensland. There's a few other little parts of Queensland away from the southeast pocket, but no one pays attention to those. At least not one in the government. Now that's a dig at everyone. The joke in Queensland is that it's just all around Brisbane and every other part of the state where most of the wealth is actually generated. Well, a lot of it is completely ignored. We can only in these 11 LGAs leave home for 4 reasons. Okay, to obtain essential goods, for example, groceries and medications, but only within 10 kilometers of our homes. So that is a stricter geographic movement restriction than we've had in the recent lockdowns. You can leave home for essential work, school, or childcare. The state is responding to 6 new cases with an exposure concern flagged as far north as Townsville. Local rugby league games have been suspended this weekend. Due to the potential COVID-19 exposure within the Townsville Blackhawks, Queensland Rugby League have taken the precautionary step to cancel this weekend's matches in Townsville against the Ipswich Jets until further notice, the statement has read. And here we go. About that. Here's 1 hour ago, police set up in Hyde Park. Strong police presence has been gathered in the Sydney CBD in preparation for anti-lockdown protests this weekend. A major command post has been set up in Hyde Park, with remaining police scattered across the city ready to pounce. We'll have to see what happens here down in Sydney in Hyde Park. People are frustrated, and it's not going to end. I will have to do a video later today going through our Prime Minister's roadmap out of this. So we'll watch his media stream and talk about this. Police warned on Friday 1,000 officers would meet anybody protesting in the city this weekend. At least 3 anti-lockdown groups took to Telegram to warn protesters that no official events were planned for Saturday and strongly advised against anyone attending any meetings. So they're all using Telegram to communicate. One group of anti-lockdown organisers, who NCA Newswire has chosen not to name, said no known organizer groups were operating any protest events on Saturday. We strongly advise against attending any protest events that claim to be operating, the group said. Well, why didn't you name them? So they can know who's saying that. Because this is the thing with news. How many of this stuff are they saying, oh, it's an unnamed source, I understand why. Everyone who gives me anything says, don't tell my name. Even if it's something as mundane as a construction thing or stuff. Don't mention me. You know. Because of the cancel fear. That's what it is. You dare to go out against the popular narrative and people will cancel you. Any planned event lacks an established ground team and has been given insufficient promotional time and effort. So Queensland not ruling out a snap lockdown 1 hour ago. Well, and we've had that now. So there you go, everyone. Brisbane is in lockdown for 3 days from 4 p.m. tonight. Hurry, get your toilet paper. And this is quite frustrating for us because it's the end of the month and we do monthly shops. So Rachel's going to go and have to do some shopping and look like a bloody nutcase hoarder that's freaking out when it's just a normal shop for us. We do a 2-trolley shop. Fantastic. Anyway, guys, take care of yourself. What's the solution to this? Well, this is the thing. Lockdowns are now just the accepted response. And you're going to have more and more people that just accept it and are conditioned to it. We'll have to see. Let's have a look at the Prime Minister's roadmap out of this and see what people say about that one. As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon, sign up for Self-Wealth or Stake, use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve or Aussie Broadband, buy our merch from Heiser Says, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or support us via PayPal. Take care and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.